South Beach, also nicknamed Sobe, is the southernmost part of the city and encompasses 23 blocks of the main barrier island that separates the Atlantic Ocean and Biscayne Bay.
For 24 hours a day, South Beach is a major entertainment and celebrity destination that is known for its nightclubs, restaurants, Art Deco architecture, rollerbladers, models, and tourists. Bicyclists are everywhere these days, and not just on South Beach. From the parks to the major cities, cycling is definitely picking up speed. But does Miami-Dade have the infrastructure to support their growing numbers? Amber Robertson investigates and discovers what it's really like to be a cyclist in this city.
Rush hour traffic. You're sitting in your car and a cyclist breezes on by. Have you ever wondered if it's worth making the switch from car to bike? Julian Malagon, a student and DJ at the University of Miami, bicycles out of necessity.
I first got started cycling because a lot of my friends were, because they didn't have cars. I ride to school, to work, saves me money on gas I don't need to spend.
Cycling is not just for students. People at all stages of life can benefit from it. Todd Landis, a North Miami resident, explains his reasons for adopting an alternative commuting lifestyle.
I ride for a combination of reasons. For instance, if I can exercise and have my hour and 10 commute, combine those two, there's a tremendous amount of cost savings. So I haven't owned a car in 10 years, so I haven't paid car insurance, maintenance. That adds up, especially over the course of 10 years.
Todd is not alone. Cycling has become more popular in Miami-Dade.
Because there are so many people riding and so many of the people are new to riding in the street, there is every effort made to keep those people together. There was no real Miami bike scene. I mean, there are these little mini subcultures and groups, but now there's a scene.
Many groups come together at an event called Critical Mass. We're here at Government Center in downtown Miami where Critical Mass happens the last Friday of every month. Check out all the people that came out today, even on a rainy day. Even though the Miami bike community is strong, the Florida Highway Traffic and Safety Administration has declared Miami-Dade the most dangerous county in Florida for cyclists. There were over 4,000 bicycle injuries in Florida in 2009 alone. So Julian, tell us exactly what happened in this location.
Basically, I was crossing US 1. I got about right here, and that's when the car hit me.
It's a problem to me when people run red lights. It's substantially worse. We call them salmon, when people bicycle against traffic.
We don't have a culture of pedestrian traffic and cycling and cyclist traffic.
Miami-Dade understands the burden of caring for such a large cycling community and has already responded to resident safety concerns.
A lot of work has been done recently. The Miami-Dade Public Works Department added more than 15 miles of new bike lanes on arterial and collector streets. And there's additional work that's being planned to address speeding and other unsafe driving.
For more information about cycling safety programs, visit floridabicycle.org. For Miami in Action, this is Amber Robertson.
It makes sense to save some money and use your bike.
Yes, it does. You know, I'm thinking I should have used my bicycle to chase down Sebastian, our UN mascot, whose true identity has remained classified information for so many years. I went out to uncover the most famous ibis on Earth.
Leader of the Miami Hurricanes, inspiration to all. These are just some of the words used to describe the myth, the legend, the bird. But why all the secrecy? Why can't we unmask the man behind the beak?
Because it's not about the students. You know, it's about Sebastian. It's not about the person inside. That's why we want them to all walk the same, be around the same size, same height, because it's about Sebastian.
And when you know who the Sebastian is, it's sort of, you know that it's that person and you identify with that person more than you do with the actual mascot with Sebastian.
Luckily, we were able to unmask at least one Sebastian, the man responsible for creating some of his original swagger.
Hi, I'm John Ruth. I was Sebastian the Ibis from 1984 to 1992, and it's all about the U.
Hired as the University of Miami's official mascot by Coach Ron Frazier, the new era of Sebastian came swooping in.
Well, one of the things I started was the cane spell out. So we started doing the cane spell out at baseball games, and it took a couple of years and it was starting to work. And so I walked out to the middle of the field when the band had finished, and I just suddenly realized that, you know, nothing was going on. So I thought, well, let me see if I can get this. So I started getting the crowd, and I could hear the, oh, you know, building up and building. And I realized I had the attention of the entire stadium. And so when I did the C-A-N-E-S Canes, I mean, the place was just erupted. And I just kind of went, yes! You know, like I knew I had something.
Sebastian came out and led the team in the spell out. It just really showed me what being a Hurricane was all about.
Oh, C-A-N-E-S Canes.
Ruth built Sebastian's notoriety in complete disregard for the rules. The U couldn't get enough.
We're playing in the Orange Bowl game, which is in the Orange Bowl Stadium at that point. They didn't want us to have too much of a home field advantage, so they said that we couldn't do the smoke.
Even though we were in our own stadium, our own locker room, we were the visitors, and we weren't going to be allowed to do the smoke. So I went and brought some smoke.
It's fire extinguishers, is what it is. And so he took them himself to buy get a couple fire extinguishers. I have no idea where he got them.
Local fire supply store, and got a fire extinguisher, because the players were running out because they didn't think there was going to be smoke. And here I was squirting the smoke, and they were, yeah. I mean, it really got them pumped up.
And he did the smoke entrance himself. You know, if it was us doing it, you know, but it was Sebastian, and you know, the Orange Bowl committee didn't really say much about that.
My job was to uphold our traditions. So even though the Orange Bowl committee said we weren't supposed to do it, Sebastian said we were.
Folklore maintains that other birds look to the ibis for leadership. Apparently so do the students.
He's strong, he's tough, and he represents exactly what we want on the field.
So what can we learn from our feathered friend? Create your own traditions and your own rules.
Ben, I had so much fun chasing Sebastian, but I must admit, the best part was when I finally caught him at the game.
I still want to know who is under that mask.
Well, you're just going to have to go chase him yourself then.
Okay, and don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss how the U has managed to recruit great football players that keep up their GPA.
And later, as the conflict between Jews and Muslims heats up around the world, students of both faiths literally embrace at the University of Miami campus.
Miami in Action will be right back.
You probably don't think of mud when you visit Miami, but the sport of mudding is a hidden favorite in the 305. You getting down? You getting dirty? Bring the good old boys out. Let's go mudding. You must have a valid driver's license and don't drink and drive.
Mudding is the best thing you could ever do.
Want to try it? Go to redneckyachtclubfl.com.